Warning, this video contains images of obscene, malformed creatures known as the French. Please be advised I will be discussing many of their stereotypes, so keep this video at a low volume to avoid those monsters coming to your home. If that isn't an option for you because you are watching via TV or a speaker, don't fret. I will also occasionally throughout the video be putting in French repellents in order to best keep you safe. Keep your eyes peeled for this symbol and then my disembodied voice to follow up after. Like this. Boy, I sure do love having a bath. Oh, I love being clean with a bath. France, Paris, the city of love, if you will. It's known for many things. That big pointy tower, other stuff that's also pretty important, but most importantly, what it's most well known for, at least in the current era, is the football team PSG. Relax, I know you're not an athlete. It takes years to cultivate such fine muscle tone, so let me explain who they are and give you a little bit of backstory. Paris Saint-Germain is probably one of the best well-known football clubs in the entire world. It was founded in 1970 in Paris, and have pretty much dominated their league for the better part of a decade. They host some of the top talents in the entire world, and currently have three of the best known players ever to live, those being Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. It's safe to say they're a pretty damn big deal. On top of regularly, if not systematically, winning their league every year, they're also a force to be reckoned with within the Champions League. Again, for those of you who are unaware, the Champions League is a competition in Europe in which the best clubs all over the continent duke it out to be crowned the number one. Now, why am I telling you all of this? Well, it's purely because I want you to understand the context of what I'm talking about, even if you don't give a crap about football. And that is the utter disrespect that they've just endured.
Malgré les mauvais résultats, on sait que c'est beaucoup pour vous. Il y en a qui payent les abonnements, il y en a qui payent les déplacements. On en est conscient. On en est conscient, on en est conscient.
That is Presnel Kimpembe, a centre-back player for the League One side. And what he is doing is apologising to PSG fans after their 3-1 loss away from home. An admirable, a respectable, a downright even kind act, but totally and completely unnecessary. I sure do love that my workplace has a 5-hour workday. Because not only are PSG currently on top of the league, at the time of losing that game, they had a 6-point lead. And it's not like who they lost to was some underdog team. Monaco is number 3. So you might be querying to yourself, well, is PSG on some terrible losing streak or something? I mean, that one dude was spitting at him. Well, no, they just lost that game. They drew the one before that, and then they won the two previously. A pretty respectable win-to-loss ratio. But what the hell is going on here? This doesn't make any sense. You can't win every football match. I know, Monaco has to be their main rivals. No, brew, that honor goes to Marseille. So not only are they on the top of their league, not only are they in the Champions League, not only are they on a respectable win-to-loss ratio, they're not even playing their main rivals. So unless they're mad about the 14-hour train or car drive over to that stadium, I'm gonna have to declare that these PSG away fans are just nothing but glory hunters. And I'm pretty confident in making this assertion because they were seen at the training camp booing them off as well. To be frank with y'all, where the fuck do they want them to go? There isn't a league above a League One in France. What, do you think they're gonna get so good that they're gonna kick their way over to the Premiership? Oh shit, we're already on a winning streak over here. We may as well go over there and wrap it up. I can't fathom the idea of being on top of a league with such a wide, comfortable margin and still being angry at a loss. It absolutely boggles my mind. I'm not saying all PSG fans are like this, but you lot should be ashamed. This is pathetic. There's teams like Blackpool out there who are like a feeble old dying man begging to get put out of their misery half the time. And yet their fans still turn up in droves, and yet their fans don't boo them off. I feel like PSG is suffering from what I like to call Man City bitch syndrome, in which if a team is too successful for too long and too on top of their game, their supporters become complacent and forget how bad it tastes to eat a relegation dick. Now, Man City is starting to show cracks of this.
Burning bright for Tottenham Hotspur. Some boos.
But haven't fully gone over to the dark side just yet. And that's because my theory is, unlike League One, the Premiership, in spite of being top heavy, can still be a competitive league. City fans are still accustomed to losing, and will get accustomed to it even more once their titles get stripped off of them. Whereas PSG is not at all. They are used to going on a sweepstake. They are used to lining up every single other team's wood and systematically blowing them off. It makes for poor competition, it makes for poor watching. And apparently it also makes for poor fans now. My advice to PSG fans, shut your stupid fucking French mouths. No, I'm sorry, ma'am, we don't allow 12-year-olds to smoke here. You should be grateful that your team is losing. Otherwise, you guys could end up with an absolutely unwatchable, diabolically terrible league. Like the Scottish Premiership, where only 2 teams pretty much play in it, and everybody else is just there as a pretty show. Oh, and if you're Scottish or Celtic or whatever you are, don't even try to tell me that your league is not a piece of shit. The last time a team besides those 2 won was 1984. The IRA was probably still active during that time. Dude, the UK was going through a minor strike under Margaret Thatcher. The first untethered spacewalk happened. How have you not had another winner since apartheid ended, my bros? Your league has been cucked since before segregation was put to an end. That is all I have to say on the matter. Thank you so much for listening to me rant. I'm assuming the majority of you are female because look at me. So if footy's not your thing, I'm sorry I bored you to tears. But there's plenty more for you to check out along the channel. Legally, you have to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Bye bye.